Are you ready to discover the biggest obstacle standing in the way of your spiritual awakening? For centuries, humanity has sought the truth, the ultimate understanding of our existence in the universe. Many have embarked on a spiritual journey seeking enlightenment and inner peace. But what if there was one obstacle, one roadblock that stood in the way of our journey to truth? Hi, I'm Jamie, and we've helped hundreds of aspirants go beyond their own perceived limitations by facilitating their spiritual path, using the blueprint to inner freedom that the yogic tradition set out. It's the path to greatness, but to achieve that, we have to go beyond the obstacles that the mind sets out for us. And the biggest one is this: the need to be right. We all want to be right, to have our beliefs and opinions validated by others, don't we? But this need for validation and affirmation can completely cloud our judgment and lead us down a path of more and more illusion and deception, and that's not what we're here for. We can become totally trapped in our own mental constructs, unable to see or feel the truth beyond our own beliefs and opinions. See, as we go through life, we're constantly presented with different opinions, aren't we? Beliefs and ideologies. They're imprinted from the outside upon us, and our mind tries to make sense of it all, and in doing so it creates its own understanding, doesn't it? An interpretation of the world. However, this understanding is based on past experiences, conditioning, and our limited perspective, isn't it? We're just rehashing a load of old stuff that we're still, we haven't yet digested through our spiritual digestive system. We become so attached to our beliefs and our opinions that we start to see them as the only truth, that we make the mind become God, isn't it? And this attachment to our own understanding of the world creates a barrier between us and the ultimate truth. As our awakening progresses, though, we see how this need to be right really hinders our spiritual growth, don't we? Like, we start to see examples of how this begins to create conflicts and misunderstandings in our relationships with our loved ones, in our communities, and even within ourselves. We can begin to see how it creates a vicious cycle of defensiveness and closed-mindedness, making it almost impossible for us to see and truly see and understand the world around us. But what if the truth is not something that can be proven or disproven by our minds? What if the truth is in fact a state of being, a feeling that lies beyond our thoughts and our ideas? The mind can only take us so far on our journey of truth. It's the heart that holds the key to true understanding and inner peace. So the so-called heart, though, can only be experienced through feeling. And when we say heart, we're not talking about a specific location in the body. We're talking about felt experience of life. It's a visceral experience, and no, not a one-time experience where the actual heart chakra opens or something like that, but that fades. But we're talking more about an ongoing, ever-present truth of feeling sense inside of ourselves. This realization can be a turning point, a moment of even great tension, actually, and conflict, as we begin to see that our own perceived mental limitations and the true nature of reality are in direct opposition. Truth needs to become the highest priority in our life. But if we're honest with ourselves, our highest priorities at the moment is most likely comfort. I mean, look at your behaviour and you'll start to see what your true intentions are. The path to truth requires humility and the willingness to let go of our need to be right. It requires us to step out of our comfort zone, to step outside of our own self-importance and into the unknown. It requires us to be really quite courageous and to question our own beliefs and open ourselves up to new perspectives and ideas. And to do all of that, we are going to require some sadhana, as that will begin to break down our attachment to our limited identities. If you don't have any, there's some free stuff down below. We'll soon be releasing an app as well where you can gain some free sadhana. Now, no matter how amazing or rubbish our head tells us that we are, none of that is actually true. It's just a thought believed in. And truth cannot be found in thoughts. We have to drop away from the BS, the belief systems, and come into communion and direct feeling experience with truth, that heart space, feeling. As we let go of that need to be right and come into feeling, we begin to see and feel, perhaps, the world with fresh eyes. We start to understand that the truth is not something that can be grasped by the mind, but rather something that can be felt and experienced viscerally. And in this state of being, we find inner peace, understanding, most importantly, clarity. There's nothing like a moment where you go, "Oh, I've got it." Of course, that would then be ego claiming to have got it, and we've lost it then, but we understand the idea. See, one of the biggest obstacles to this path is this need to be right, as we've mentioned. But by embracing humility and truth, we can transcend the limitations of our minds and enter into a state of being where true understanding and inner peace can be found. Now, I hope this video has sparked curiosity in you to explore the spiritual path further. And if you want to do that, we can do it together. You can apply down below for our 6-month intensive, should you wish. But if you are undertaking this path, there's one thing that the spiritual gurus aren't telling you. But we're going to tell you exactly what it is in this video. So feel free to click that and give it a watch. But whatever you choose to do, I love you lots. Namaste.